Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
The act of gathering something. A group of persons together in one place. The social act of assembling. Sewing consisting of small folds or puckers made by pulling tight a thread in a line of stitching. The act of gathering something. Collect in one place. Let's gather in the dining room. Assemble or get together. Gather some stones. Increase or develop. The car gathers speed. Get people together. Gather the close family members. Sewing consisting of small folds or puckers made by pulling tight a thread in a line of stitching. Draw together into folds or puckers. Collect or gather. Conclude from evidence. I gather you have not done your homework. Draw and bring closer. She gathered her shawl around her shoulders. Look for food in nature. Our ancestors gathered nuts in the fall. A system of components assembled together for a particular purpose. Several things grouped together are considered as a whole. A group of persons together in one place. The social act of assembling. The act of constructing something, as a piece of machinery. The social act of assembling. They demanded the right of assembly. A public facility to meet for open discussion. A group of machine parts that fit together to form a self-contained unit. A group of persons who are gathered together for a common purpose. A unit consisting of components that have been fitted together. Several things grouped together are considered as a whole. The act of gathering something together. The act of gathering something together. Request for a sum of money. Several things grouped together are considered as a whole. The act of gathering something together. A publication containing a variety of works. The act of gathering something together. People sharing some social relation. Action taken by a group of people. Needlework on which you are working with needle and thread. She put her sewing back in the basket. Joining or attaching by stitches. Needlework on which you are working with needle and thread. The act of consolidating power under a central control. Gathering to a center. Gather, as of natural products. Harvest the grapes. The yield from plants in a single growing season. The gathering of a ripened crop. The season for gathering crops. Remove from a culture or a living or dead body, as for the purposes of transplantation. Should one harvest organs from dead people for transplants? The consequence of an effort or activity. They gathered a harvest of examples. The act of consolidating power under a central control. Gathering to a center. The gathering of a ripened crop. The gathering of a ripened crop. An opportunity to state your case and be heard. He saw that he had lost his audience. A conference, usually with someone important. He requested an audience with the king. A gathering of spectators or listeners at a, usually public, performance. The audience applauded. The part of the general public interested in a source of information or entertainment. Every artist needs an audience. A flock of birds, especially when gathered close together on the ground. We were visited at breakfast by a bevy of excited ducks. A large gathering of people of a particular type. He was surrounded by a bevy of beauties in bathing attire. The commercial activity involved in repairing old structures or constructing new ones. Workers in the building trades. The act of constructing something. His hobby was the building of boats. A structure that has a roof and walls and stands more or less permanently in one place. There was a 3-story building on the corner. The occupants of a building. The entire building complained about the noise. An informal body of friends. Form into a bunch. The frightened children bunched together in the corner of the classroom. A grouping of a number of similar things. A bunch of trees. Any collection in its entirety. Gather or cause to gather into a cluster. She bunched her fingers into a fist. A body of students who graduate together. She was in my year at Ho-Handle High. A period of time containing 365, or 366, days. She is 4 years old. A period of time occupying a regular part of a calendar year that is used for some particular activity. A school year. The period of time that it takes for a planet, as, e.g., Earth or Mars, to make a complete revolution around the Sun. A Martian year takes 687 of our days. A musical composition for 5 performers. 5 people considered as a unit. 5 performers or singers who perform together. A set of 5 similar things considered as a unit. A gathering of the minimal number of members of an organization to conduct business. The feat of mustering strength for a renewed effort. He singled to start a rally in the 9th inning. Harass with persistent criticism or carping. A large gathering of people intended to arouse enthusiasm. Call to arms. Of military personnel. Return to a former condition. Gather or bring together. Gather. Sports. An unbroken sequence of several successive strokes. After a short rally, Connors won the point. A marked recovery of strength or spirits during an illness. An automobile race run over public roads. A gathering of people holding a rap session. A raucous gathering. The group following and attending to some important person. Space for movement. Room to pass. Live and take one's meals at or in. She rooms in an old boarding house. An area within a building enclosed by walls and floor and ceiling. The rooms were very small, but they had a nice view. Opportunity for. Room for improvement. The people who were present in a room. The whole room was cheering. 7 performers or singers who perform together. The cardinal number that is the sum of 6 and 1. 7 people considered as a unit. A set of 7 similar things considered as a unit. A musical composition written for 7 performers. 7 performers are singers who perform together. 7 people considered as a unit. A set of 7 similar things considered as a unit. A musical composition written for 7 performers.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.